Well, this is the follow-up on the pallet to flea market sales tutorial on how to sell a pallet, taking it over to the flea market and reselling it. Sorry, it was a very long weekend, very hot. We average heat was 98 degrees. It was just hot. People out in the parking lot were packing up real fast, but you know, customers stayed around pretty good. We did really good on one of the pallets. The other pallet we haven't finished selling yet, but we're still, you know, in the plus side. We took 2 pallets over there. I took a small appliance pallet, and I took a mixed pallet of toys, office material, sporting goods stuff that consisted mostly of bicycle parts and stuff like that, and just a couple little odd knickknacks that were in there. And then we had some other oddball stuff that we threw in on top of it. And pretty much everything sold really well. All my pots and pans, stuff that I only had 3 things I took over there that were really missing anything besides toys. The Nerf guns had a couple of the bullets missing and stuff like that. But kids don't care about complete sets, they care about being able to shoot it. So had 2 pots and pan sets. They were the Pioneer Woman, and they were both missing 1 piece each. And they sold like no problem whatsoever. I told them what they were. Told them one of them was missing one of them was missing, one of them was damaged. Excuse me. And people don't care. I mean, they see a good value and a good deal in it, they'll buy it. My pots and pans, all my pots and pans sold. I had, I think, 5 or 6 sets of them, and I sold them all for $25 a piece. Went real fast. Nobody ever bargained with me. Nobody ever said, "Can you come down off of this or that," or blah blah blah. I had a couple people bundle a couple things, you know. American Pickers was attacked again. But besides that, not a real big problem with making any sales. Had a lot of the Simply Straight hair straighteners that you all are seeing at the Walmarts and CVS's and Rite Aids or drugstores in the area, and they're running $40 at those places. I had 10 of them, and we went through them, checked them, made sure they worked, made sure they were, you know, clean, didn't have nothing on them. Boxed them up, took them over there. I sold them $10 a piece. I couldn't keep them on the shelf. I stick 2 up on the table just to save a little bit of room at first, and people were buying them faster than I could get them out of the box. Appliances were selling, of course. Sold the microwave. It had a small. They had taken it back because it had been dropped. More than likely dropped when they got it in their car or out of their car. Doesn't matter. They got it for me. Works fine. Ran. Just had a small dent in the case of it, and I took it apart and straightened the case out as best I could without, you know, totally rebuilding it. And sold it no problem whatsoever. Toys, of course, the toys went like crazy. Had a big bounce house. That was my biggest item, dollar ticket item, and that was the only one that I think anybody talked me down on. But the guy bundled me on some stuff, so I ended up making my money back anyway. And he also turned to be might be a potential client buying pallets. So, you know, and that was my biggest thinking of doing this, is to get over there and, you know, spread the word out and show people what you can possibly get from me and sell. But also to benefit y'all and to do a tutorial. You know, I see tutorials on, you know, buying pallets and, you know, this and that and all this potential stuff, but I don't ever see people come back and, you know, finish up and say, hey, this is how much money I made. I still have half a pallet left. It was hot. It was slow. I'll show you a little bit of what I've still got left. I've got it all. I got it stuck in a storage unit, and then I've got some of it here, sitting here in the office and stuff. But I've got a pallet left, and if I wanted to right now, I could probably, you know, stick it back on a pallet, wrap it up, and sell it as a processed, manifested pallet, and let them go at it. It was real good. You cannot ignore the fact of how well it went. I paid $375 a pallet. I sold the equivalent of one pallet. I have a half a pallet, or I have not half a pallet. I have one of. I brought back half of what I took over there, and I profited, or I made total after my rental fee for the tables over there at the Lee County Flea Market. Great place over in Alabama. If you're ever in the area, y'all need to go over and check it out. Great place, good people over there, very accommodating, took care of us. We didn't set up a reservation, but they had somebody back out and they took care of us real freaking quick. So A+ to the guys over there at Lee County Flea Market over in Smith Station, Alabama, or Smiths, I forget. It's hard to tell where it is over there, but it's on 431 North going out of Phoenix City. It's a very beautiful place, very good laid out place, huge flea market. The tables were $17. I got one. It was big enough for all of my stuff. I didn't have to worry about, getting another table, the whole 9 yards. My table was up underneath one of the buildings. I wasn't going to sit out there in the sun. I haven't been out in the sun for a very long time after I've gotten off the road driving truck and stuff, so I like my cool. But anyway, we stacked up, packed up, and had everything all ready to go by 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's usually about the time they wanted you there to, be ready to roll and sell in the whole 9 yards. And we were in a very good area. There was some established sellers in the area that brought a lot of customers over through to us and stuff. And we did very, very well. With the pallet we sold, and I'm just going off of, I've already did a count, and I've brought back half the pieces that I took over there. And half of what I had, I think I had 240 pieces. And I've roughly brought back about 110 pieces, 115 pieces back, maybe a little bit more. And I sold, for a grand total out of a $375 pallet, I sold $680. And I still have that much sitting on the floor over here. Another 20 bucks, another $70, and I would have paid both pallets off. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't so hot out, we probably would have just blew it out of the water. I mean, people were stopping by left and right, left and right, left and right. It got to the point where I thought I was going to have to go hire a cashier. It was just getting that crazy. We did very, very well. We did very, very well. We're $70 shy of our grand total of what we would sell, and I do know that we already did like a quick breakdown of, while we had everything stretched out on the tables over there, I went ahead and did a real quick inventory of, per price what I was selling it at, and we were looking at close to another $600 on the table at my price, at what I was selling everything at. Like I said, we took it, we broke it down, we had it broke down where you sold everything, all I had to make was $3.33 a piece. The majority of the stuff I sold I'd say 75% of the stuff I sold was at $5, and then everything else was 10, 15, 20, 25, and then the bounce house I sold it for $150. Used once, 12 by 12, 7-foot tall bounce house. Awesome. You know, you can't knock that down. We did really, really well. We ended up, somebody found out we had sodas and water over there, and they wanted to buy sodas and waters. We were selling sodas and waters for $1 a piece. People get hot, they want to go buy some stuff. Overall, great sale. Great sale. Great potential that I can walk back over there next weekend and I could sell the rest of this stuff and no problem at all. On top of, I could probably process another pallet and take more over there with me and become, you know, that guy, that flea market guy, you know. We're looking into right now, I have I'm on a waiting list right now for a consignment store. So it's kind of like a flea market, thrift market place. It's a place where it's a big mall-ish, antique mall-ish setup, and I'm thinking about putting some stuff, opening up a booth over there and putting some of our stuff over there to just, you know, generate revenue. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's another way to go, and I'm going to video and document that, and maybe, you know, it'll give y'all another avenue of what y'all want to, you know, how you want to sell your stuff. But let me jump off here real quick. Let me get set up, and I'll show you some of my other stuff that I got left over. All right, this is the stuff I have left over. Nothing in here's, you know, I just think it was just too hot out there. There's people going crazy over that right there. Y'all see the little dots. You notice I don't have any prices on my stuff. I was selling everything at $5, $10, and $15, you know. And I was putting dots on stuff. And that big old toy, I'm selling it. That's one of the only pieces. The only other pieces I've got that is missing its battery tray, but it works. Works right, goes right up down the road. You know, I've got a blender right there, $25. That's an $80 blender. It's brand new in there. It's just, I don't know. Keep taking it back, putting it up, taking it back, putting it up. Toys and spotlights and all kinds of jazz. Star Wars stuff. See that? Star Wars stuff. Plus, I also got a convection oven. Countertop convection oven that I brought back. I was selling that for $30, and then I got a whole bunch of tires back here. And then over here in the other storage, I kind of put this stuff away already, but I still got some lights. I brought some of these windy fans with me. What else did I bring? I brought this with me, and I had a couple other things. I can't seem to figure out where they're at, but I've basically got about a chest high to me, and I'm 6'4", pallet of stuff. Oh, here's some of it. I got it stuck over here. Must have walked into over here. And it's just some spotlights or something. I forget what's in the boxes. But, like I said, I've got the equivalent of, to be able to make the same amount of money. It's still very good. I mean, not a lot of, it's not picked over and crazy. I mean, those helmets they were selling, I had about 7 or 8 of these things, and I've got 3 left. So, as you can see, I still got a whole pallet of stuff. Sorry for my camera there, it seems to be wanting my phone. seems to be fighting me on some stuff. So yeah, the next video series I'm probably going to do is a you taking it and leaving it at a consignment store. We've got 2 of them in the area. Just deciding on which one. I've got to wait. I've also got to wait. There's a month waiting list on both of them. People just don't want to be out in the heat. It's just another way to do it. I mean, and it gives me the opportunity to be able to sell Monday through or every day, or 7 days a week over there, and not have to be there. You pay a rental fee for the storage, or it's kind of like a storage unit, but it's not. It's you pay so much money per space, and it depends on how big a space you need, and you if they take care of collecting all the money in the whole 9 yards. They have cashiers there and people to help and all that stuff, and they take 11% off the top. So they take your rental fee and your 11% they pay you once a month. And it's awesome. I mean, it takes a lot of the hassle out of you having to be there all day long. You can concentrate on doing something else. If you've got a job and you work Monday through Friday, you can do a little bit of part-timing like we were doing. I won't go into detail about breaking the pallets down. I will show you a little bit about what stuff I will be selling over there, and we'll videotape a little bit once we get set up over there and stuff. But it's going to be a little while because, like I said, I just got signed up and it's a month's wait supposedly. And we're going to set up a little booth over there just to make it where it's us sitting here. I've got an eBay store and I've got an Amazon store, and it's just another way to generate money, and it's you can't beat it. You can't beat it at all. But y'all check back with me. I'm going to end this series now. Basically, I doubled my money on one pallet. Just about doubled my money on one pallet. I didn't have my stuff priced at get rich freaking prices, which I could have with no problem whatsoever. But I like to price my stuff pretty doggone good and just let people just feel it out. And if I feel people out. I mean, you just gotta let them. They gotta know whether or not you got a whole bunch of stuff. But kudos to everybody that come by and hung out with me for a little bit and checked in on us and a whole 9 yards, and all the people that bought off of me over there. Thank you, everybody. And if there's any questions or comments, the biggest thing, I guess, I'll do real quick. Like I said, I bought 2 pallets, $375 a piece. It was going to cost me $750 to make my money back on them. I ended up with roughly about 240 pieces on individual pieces to sell, and I would have to sell everything for $3 a piece. I sold everything for a majority of $5, $10, and $15. I did have like a couple high ticket items that I sold pretty well, but the majority of it all was $5 and $10. I mean, can't go wrong with that. Everybody had a $5 bill and $10 bill. If they didn't, they had 5 ones, 10 ones. I ended up selling the equivalent of 1 pallet. I brought back 1 pallet. I don't think it was anything to do with what was on the tables or what it was or anything like that. It was just the fact of we just didn't. It was just hot. It was 98 degrees both days at the hottest top point of the day, and we stayed out there till about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We started at 8 o'clock. we'd go pack up, go home, and came back out there the next day, and sold a little bit more and came on back. We'd ended up with a $680 profit after all our fees, our table fees, which were $17 for each day, so that's $34. And then drinks and sodas and a little bit of food and stuff like that we bought. And, but for the most part, all in all, doing it, just basing it off of selling, since I had brought back half of a pallet, or not half a pallet, half of what I brought back. I doubled my money, $680 pretty much. If I'd have hit 750, it would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. And I probably did, but we also bought a lot of stuff too. So I guess I should figure in some of that stuff so that y'all can see, and because that's a bad thing. You got other people selling stuff, you walk around and you're talking to them in the whole 9 yards. But y'all check back with me. I'm good. Like I said, I think about doing a consignment store setup. Just to give you another idea, another way to sell stuff. Y'all check back with me. This is Paul over here at Hugh Commodities. Really enjoyed, spending a little time with y'all. And if y'all like my video, subscribe to it, like it, give me a comment. Let's check it out. Y'all enjoy, and peace.